Is it recording? I think so. Okay, sweet. All right, guys. This is this week's master patterns. I believe. Oh shit! I believe Mr. Richard is currently being transported from Minnesota to California. So I don't think he can do this while driving. Or at least it's not very safe. But nevertheless, gonna run through this with you guys. Gonna go through all 20. I think I threw in oil and gold in there. Well, let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll just start with Euro USD. This is probably I think we always start with this one. This is what we were looking at last week. I'll go ahead and annotate instead of drawing. Okay. This is the head and shoulders we've been. I'm sure everybody knows about this, obviously. Yeah. However, but what we are looking at now is this broke. Therefore, it has to retest. Now, you can't see it on this chart, but the 4 hour, if we go ahead and draw our, oh gosh, hold on. See if I can not fuck this up. Okay, so that's what it's been doing here. It will most likely in my opinion at least, come up a little bit further. Because this is a flag. Come up a little bit further before it drops back down. And when it does drop, you guys just hold this for a while. This is a good trade. I'm going to drop it for you. This is a good, can't tell you what I'm going to drop or any numbers or anything. Forgot about that. However, it's retesting this broken head and shoulders pattern. It's a good trade to the downside. So that's one of the main trades we're going to be looking at this week. Next up, GBP USD. Okay. So right off the bat, we can already see this has just been playing inside of here. So really, this is going to continue to play inside. It'll either, break this and continue upwards, or it'll bounce off of that, the top, come down, and continue downwards. So on this one, you would wait for the break of the pattern. But that's what I'm playing around with for this pair for this week. I like to wait until a break for any kind of flag patterns, head and shoulders. Those patterns, I wait for a break, retest, and then I entry. I just feel it's a lot more safe. USD CHF. This is just completing the cup that we've been talking about for fucking forever. So if you got in down here whenever we called it, congratulations. However, oh shit. I do see this coming up a bit further. So we'll hop down to the 4 hour. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a flag. It's going to continue upwards. And that goes perfect because that's going to continue upwards and the euro is going to go down. And those are correlating pairs. So if you didn't know that, learn something new. So that's the direction we're looking at for USD-CHF. Go ahead and jump into USD-JPY. This is start on the daily. So if you were with us before, we had caught this sell at the top of this. However, since then, it has came down. So up down right here. And we can see, at least for now, this needs to come back up to retest this before it can go down, or given it continues upwards. But either way, this was a flag that was broken. So it needs to be retested. It's a nice little flag pattern for you guys. Bro, I think the first 4 charts, 3 good trades. Well, 4 really, but 3 that I would personally take. I'm very picky. USD CAD daily. Oh boy. I don't think this is stopping anytime soon. I mean, honestly, besides this head and shoulders that was broken, there's not much on the daily. Whoops. Yeah, on the daily, there's not much. I mean, really. In terms of structure, there's not much going on unless we go down to possibly the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Something along these lines. Other than that, if this doesn't break, then I wouldn't even bother. If it does, it's a decent head and shoulders pattern. However, it's kind of sloppy, so I wouldn't bet on it. Just kind of a take it your own risk, kind of. Odd USD, same scenario as Euro USD. Got the head and shoulders that was broken. Has to retest. So should that data retest. However, Whenever we hop down to the 1 hour, this is another small head and shoulders being formed that I believe will come up before it comes back down. However, it could very possibly just, fuck around here and drop. Either way, this is a broken head and shoulders on the daily, so this is going to be going downwards. GBP, AD. To me, oh shit, get rid of these. So hopping on the daily, we come up here, and this is just, from what I see, a huge rectangle pattern. So, given but zooming in even further, that was just first thing I noticed that wasn't kind of really relevant. This is what's relevant. We've been looking at this for a little while. This head and shoulders on the daily. There's a lot of head and shoulders in the markets right now. Draw the neckline. So really this pattern that's being formed on the smaller time frames, we'll get there in a minute. If that gets broken, then that means this larger pattern was also broken. So we're going to hold this for a long time. Or not a long time, but it's a good amount of pips whenever this breaks upwards. So keep an eye on this. We hop onto the 4 hour, and really it's already making its way downtown, walking fast. Personally, yeah, connecting the wicks, that makes the most sense. But I mean, if I don't like to go to the smaller time frames past the hourly, but that's a cup that I see continuing upwards. But either way, as soon as this breaks this zone around here, retests, get your buy-in, hold on to it. There are a lot of good trades in the charts this week, guys. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential retirement funds. GBP, JPY. I think I already looked at the GBP pairs, but this is what we've been looking at. This was a broken ascending triangle. It came down, retested. Oh shit. So the line came down, retested. And if we go even lower, because this is kind of zoomed out, if we go down to the 4 hour, draw our lines out. I see this as a flag. So really, I could see this coming back down to retest this one more time before it continues upwards. Or it could just bounce off of this, bottom right here, because it already did retest. It could just, play around this area and continue upwards. Either way, this is the Okay, so this right here, oh boy. Is a smaller on the hourly time frame. If this comes down and breaks that, then it'll be a sell until it retests that. Can I zoom out? Till it retests this area again. It could come back down. If it doesn't break, it could shoot back up. So that's what we're watching for. This is a pretty important. If you draw the lines correctly, it's pretty. Connects 1, 2. The most wicks. Oh shit. I'll zoom in further so you guys can see. You're going for the. You're trying to hit the most wicks as possible. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a pretty strong area to look at. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. Wait for a break. That could be a decent setup. You gotta keep an eye on it a little bit harder than the others, but nevertheless, NZD USD in the daily. Oh boy. So to me, this is one big teacup, to be honest with you. Double top teacup, whatever you want to call it. But nevertheless, that's the huge picture. Draw our trend line. Because really this has just been tanking, so we got to find some sort of structure to play off of. You know, go on to the 4 hour. This just looks to me like it's going to continue downwards because we got this symmetrical coming in. It's about to break. We're on the 4 hour. So you guys need to, as soon as this breaks, retest, hold on to that sale for a little bit. That's a pretty basic, obvious. That was a good one. It's well drawn out. On to the next one. IUDJPY. Australian pair. On the daily. Got this big ass triangle coming in. Anyway, besides that, we know the overall direction. That was the whole point of that. Here we have the very simple double top pattern. You know, come through here. Oh shit. Sorry. I was looking at something. Oh boy. So this was a double top that did get broken. My lines are kind of off, but for now, it's your basic. It's a little more drawn out for you. It was retested, dropped. Now we're on the, see, we're on the second, the smaller time frames. flag coming in. This pair is not as pretty. This is not as good as a trade. We got a lot of other good. This is one of those I would just watch for now. Nothing very point blank clear. If it's not clear, if you're like extremely obvious, then don't take the trade. That's how I feel. It's not rocket science, so. NZD CAD up on the daily. First thing I see is this big ass trend we got going on. So I do see this going back down. Well, yeah, actually. Hold on. Even there. Okay, so we're on the daily, so even with this given, jump onto the hourly. I don't see anything really long term with this. I mean, if it hits the bottom and bounces, then it could be a good buy. However, only thing that I would really trade on this pair is this head and shoulders coming in. If this breaks downwards, take the sell until you know right here. That's about 60 pips. It's not bad. It's a smaller trade, not really a daily kind of thing, but if it does break, it's a good head and shoulders pattern to trade off of. Jump on to GBP CAD. I'm making good time. 25 minutes. How many you guys have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 good trades. And do 11 charts. It's not too bad. GBP CAD daily. Oh boy. This is another. There's just head and shoulders all over these charts recently. This was broken, came down, retest beautifully. Oh my Jesus. The 4 hour. So this point was the retests. This is just consolidation. So this is going to play around. Either do one of two things. It's going to break up and continue upwards, in which case take your buy, or it will come back down, do something like make some sort of triangle, some sort is actually more than likely. Take your buy, hold on to it for a while. But either way, this is a daily trade, so really if you wanted to, this is only what? Oh shit. That's 100 pips. Well, I mean, honestly, I'd wait either for it to break. See if we hop onto the hourly. We got the, oh, I didn't even see it. Oh shit. Yeah. So this is just an ascending triangle, basically. So this, if this breaks upwards, then just buy it. Make sure you, yeah. I didn't see that. If not, if it doesn't break upwards and it happens to break downwards, it's probably going to come down again to somewhere around here. Continue upwards. Just something to keep your eye on. Number, I don't know, 14, I think. AD and ZD. From the daily, draw our trend lines. Now, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 retest. Oh, let me draw for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. This is picture perfect for you guys. You guys studied I don't fucking know. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are pretty strong lines of support and resistance. So given this was broken here. So hop onto the 4 hour. We have this beautiful, beautiful flag pattern coming in. It'll do one of two things. It will break now and come upwards, or it will come back down and then continue upwards. Look at that. I made the Nike symbol. Just do it. It's a good buy to the upside. This is a dope ass trade, guys. AUD and ZD. You're welcome. I'm just kidding. So that's a good one for you guys. Oh my goodness. There are so many good setups in the markets this week, guys. If you don't make money off of this, I need you to message me and be like, I didn't make money. And I'll be like, what the fuck, why? Shit's so obvious. Just gotta pay attention. Don't over leverage. You know. Here, descending triangle. Flat bottom, slanted top. So this is going to, where you're on my lines. Should really use the trading view line so my lines actually stay in the same place. That's all right. So this is going to continue downwards. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a flag. And this is the daily too, so hopping down to the 4 hour, we got another one to play with. So keep an eye on this, guys. Really, if you wish to be safer, like I do whenever I'm using larger lots, jump onto the hourly, draw these trend lines here and here, and wait for a break is how you essentially almost never lose. Just wait for a break of structure that has been tested at least 3 times, you know? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a pretty strong. If it breaks this line, you know, just using the smaller patterns in conjunction with the larger daily patterns, like this flag or triangle, whatever. More like a flag. Either way, if it breaks upwards, take your buy, but most likely it will continue downwards. AUD CAD, now for NZD CHF. Well, that's pretty easy. Jump on the daily. Okay. So the daily looks like it would be continuing upwards. But what I saw immediately when I opened this was another and shoulder pattern. So this will most likely continue upwards. But looking for something else. On the hourly, we have our basic flag pattern. Here's the Head and Shoulders. Jesus Christ. All right. Another one. Guys, I'm going to have like 10 trades open this week. There are way too many good setups. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. CAD CHF. The daily. It was broken. Came down, retested. Jumping onto the 4-hour. This is nothing but just a flag. So this is obviously, this is just going to continue upward as well. Now, coming down to the hourly, it looks like it might be forming a Head and Shoulders on the smaller time frames. So it could come back down before it comes back up. But it is going to be a buy in the long run. So that's a really good trade if you want to take this smaller pattern. If it does break, catch a, that's, well, shit, mouse is fucking up. That's a good 40 pips or so. So if you want to take it on the way down, feel free, but the larger pattern is extremely beneficial. CHF JPY. This is a weird ass pair. Drawing our trend lines. Looks to me like a decent triangle, but this is just a larger picture we're looking at. Jump onto the 4-hour. There's actually some kind of structure we can play with. So drawing our lines incorrectly, apparently. There we go. Oh shit. Here we go. So really this already kind of retested. So I do see it continuing downwards. You guys saw what I just drew. I'll show you here. Looks a little better. So this is most likely just going to continue downwards. Easy enough. What's next? We got 3 more. Euro NZD. Jump on the daily. This is the teacup that just finished. Jesus Christ. Well, to be honest with you guys, other than, maybe possibly a Head and Shoulders for it to come back down. But, I like to base most of my trades off of the daily patterns. And, I mean, yes, it completed the cup, so it could be coming back down. Well, yeah, that's a pretty good. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. That's a decent. I didn't draw that line before. I didn't realize that was at that level. Okay, so that is it's a pretty viable trade. If this comes down, breaks this neckline, you can sell it. It'll be a good sell. Normally so you guys have some sort of take profit idea. The kind of take profit I look for is the same distance from the neckline to the top of the head. Say that's, oh my God, that's a lot of pips. Hold on. So if we have a head and shoulders pattern, same distance from the head to the neckline. So 1.72. Jesus. So about 200 pips. So this, about 200 pips. So I take profit, be about 200 pips, which is not where I drew it. Out here. Just so you have an idea. Okay. So we're going to take a look at oil. Oil is at a pretty decent level here. I mean, besides the fact that it cuts through price. But that's a pretty solid level right there. So, I'm jumping on the 4 hour. It's not much structure. However, 1 hour. Still not much structure. Looks like I fucking... Yeah, I'm not touching this pair. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm not going to give you guys advice, because if I'm wrong, it's not clear at all. Gold. I think you've been trading this flag for a little while. It's your basic flag pattern. Could see that coming back up. However, gold is a very interesting beast, because if we draw it from here, this could be a inverted flag and continue downwards, which is more likely actually. Yeah. Gold's just a flag in the 4 hour. If you guys want to trade within that pattern, feel free. However, I'm not touching it. All right, that is 20. Sweet. All right, guys. I think there was honestly 13 or 14 easy ass solid pattern trades on the daily that were broken or retesting or something. So there's a lot of money to be made. I expect to see some profits in my inbox, Rick's inbox. Have a nice night, guys.